Stay tuned to meet a couple whose work is impacting people for eternity. My name is Yvonne Shelton, and you're watching Urban Report. Hello and welcome to Urban Report. My guests today are Fraser and Virginia Mathis. Fraser and Virginia are co-founders of Global Vessels, Inc. Welcome to Urban Report, my dear.
We're so happy to be here with you.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Oh yes, oh yes. We go back
A long way.
a long ways. In fact, we share cousins, so we're family. We're family,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then now my family through you, so
Yes.
yeah, we're family, and I'm so proud of what you guys are doing and so thankful to the Lord that He has given you this calling. Tell us about Global Vessels, Inc. What is it?
Okay.
Well, Global Vessels is a 501c3 organization. We started out doing mission work in third world countries, and God has blessed us. We started out in Ghana, by the way.
How long ago?
Well, this is our 25th year.
Wow.
We've been doing mission work for the last 25 years.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Of course I can. Yes. No. We started before. Our organization has been in existence for 25 years, but we worked with Maranatha for at least 3 years going on projects. I taught at Tacoma Academy, and we would take our children on Maranatha trips. Maranatha did what, honey?
Well, I called Maranatha and I said, you know what? We'd like to go to Africa and do something there. They said, well, we're in Russia right now. Communism has kind of fallen a little bit, so we're in there working as fast as we can. So I said, you know what? Can you send me the blueprints for a church? And they did. They were right there. Maranatha was right there on time. They sent us the plans. So here I am. I have the set of plans in my hand, and I go to Emmanuel Brinklow Church, and I stand up in front of the church doing personal ministry time and say, listen, I have a set of drawings to go build a church in Africa. Who wants to go with me? 35 volunteers. Some had never gone before, signed up to go, and we were able to go build the first church that we were able to build in Africa, in Ghana. And when we were done, they named the church Emmanuel Brinklow Church, which was amazing.
Brinklow is an amazing church.
Oh,
by
it
the
really
way.
is.
Yes,
It really
it's
is.
a wonderful church.
Wonderful church.
Yes.
So here, maybe a couple of years later, they called us and said, you have a baby. You have a baby. I said, what are you talking about? Well, we went in the community and we started a church. So now we have another church. We started a church. The Brinklow Church in Ghana went out and started another church and built them a church.
Wow. And they said to us that because you built for us, we built for someone else.
Yeah.
And that's how you spread the message.
Yes,
it
that's
is.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So 25 years, you guys have been going back and forth over to Africa. What have you been doing there? Tell us some of the things that have been going on there.
Okay, we had someone else in our church that was from Tanzania. And after 5 years of going to Ghana, he said, why don't you come to my country? And so we said, okay. And he hooked it up. We started talking with the VC of the Adventist University, and he needed an addition to a clinic. He asked us to come in and to build that addition. And that's what we did.
Yeah, but before we left Ghana, we were able to build 3 churches, a girls' dormitory, and a library. And we knew someone who knew someone, and we got some computers from the Library of Congress. So, I mean, it's very impactful there, what we were able to do. And then eventually we went over to Tanzania to do the clinic,
Yeah.
because the need was great.
How did the Lord manifest Himself first in Ghana and then in Tanzania? What kinds of doors did He open for you?
Well, I'm going to tell you what happened in the beginning.
Yes.
When he wanted to go to Africa, he said, I don't know anyone from Africa. I don't know what to do. And I was a teacher at Tacoma Academy, And I said, I know 2 students there, and their names are Bediako. And their father works at the General Conference. So we hooked Elder Bediako with Frazier. Elder Bediako had been dreaming of someone to come to Ghana from America. And this is the truth. He said, I've been looking. And he knew I was his daughter's teacher, but he wouldn't have come to me for that. And it was his dream, and it was his dream, and God hooked those dreams together to make it happen.
Amazing.
It is amazing. God is amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, all of his biddings are enablings. Listen to me. Whatever God puts in your heart to do, everything that you need to get it done is already there.
That's right.
You just have to walk through the door.
That's right.
Forget the naysayers, because they're going to be naysayers until Jesus comes. So just walk through the door and watch him put people in place, put monies in place, and you're going to stand back in amazement, because after 25 years, I'm looking and I said, God, you've just been showing out. It's just amazing to me the things that he's been able to do through us and and volunteers who go with us. People come back changed.
Yeah.
It changed, you know.
Yes. My husband always says the blessings on the go.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
So and I found that out too, coming here to 3ABN when there was no Dare to Dream. And you just watch the Lord just open doors and send people and all of the things that you need, he supplies. He just needs people to fill the spot, to be available, to coordinate things. But the Lord works it all out. So that's what you found when you said yes. When you said yes to the Lord.
Yes.
All of these doors started opening.
One by one, little by little. I mean, right now, the orphanage is there. We have 4 houses there, and each house was sponsored by an individual, and we've taken groups over to build those houses. Go ahead, you were going to say something.
Well, we take mission teams because we were basically following Maranatha. We loved their plan. It gives other people an opportunity to do something for the Lord. And God has just blessed us. Every year in July, we take a 2-week trip. And we were building. We've gotten a little older, so we paint now. And we fix. He's ready to build again. And we fix up the houses, and we were able to. We started at a clinic, but as we were driving to the clinic every day, we would see an orphanage. And one day we stopped, and we were in love with the children. We bathed them, we built shelves for them, we tried to, because there were how many kids in this one room?
A little small one-room place. They were sleeping on mattresses on the floor, you know. So when we saw it, we went back to the crew that was there working. We said, give me your money. Give me your money. What do you mean, just give me your money? Give me your money. And I said, what you gonna do? There's some kids out here, we need the help. So we got together and we built beds. We built beds for them.
To take them up off the floor.
Take them up off the floor.
Wow.
And we got some huge basins, and we got a 55-gallon drum, filled it with water, brought the water back there, started heating the water, bathing the children.
Yeah, God is awesome.
It's amazing.
God is awesome.
It's
and when we got on the plane, they were like, what are you going to do about those children? We can do better than that. You know, they're not eating right, they're not living right, and there was born the dream to build an orphanage on our way back to the United States, and that's what we did. The next year we started.
So I got with my brother who's an engineer, a guy named Roger who's an architect, and several pastors, and we came back to Tanzania, and we went to the university. And we said, we want to build an orphanage. So they allowed us a little 5-acre plot. And so that's where we started building. And out of those 4, each one of those homes represented by a person. Like the first house was built in honor of Irene Wallace, Bob Wallace's mother. And so we built a house in her honor. And house 2 was built in honor of who, honey?
I forget her name. It doesn't matter. Each
Anyway,
house.
each house has a person's name, and I'll remember them in just a second.
Right,
So
right.
each house went up in somebody's name in honor of them every year over the past 20 plus years. They all didn't just go up all at once.
So you have multiple houses on this 5-acre plot now.
Yes.
In honor of different people each
Yes.
year.
And those families helped us. We had one lady, Valerie Silvers, who was on the top floor of the World Trade Center when it came down. So, you know, no one survived the top floor. Her family built a house in her honor. Wow. And that's how our houses got built. And that's how we got the funding to build the houses. Then we had a learning center. The dream came up to have a learning center.
But I want to talk about the people, because I remember the names now.
Okay, okay.
House 1, Louise Washington Warnick, that was House 2. And Wallace built House 1, and then we went to do House 3. Steve and Valerie Silver built a house in honor of their sister. And then House 4 was built in honor of Dr. Woods, Joyce Woods. She built it in honor of her son, who perished in a very young age. So each one of these houses, when you go in there, there's a picture of that individual and a little write-up about them.
Oh,
you know?
nice.
So that's really, really, really nice. And our children look at them and look at the pictures and say, that's who? And we tell them the story, why and how.
Yes.
So
how many children are in your house?
Well, we have 27 now. We didn't want to build a dormitory. We wanted them to have a house with a mama in the house. So we employed people to come in to stay in the house. The idea was to have 10 children in each house. And if we wanted to, we had room to expand the orphanage. And that's what we still have basically enough for 10 in each house.
So not only do we house them, but we send them to school. We have sponsors if you want to sponsor a child. You can help with sponsorship as far as their education and as far as their housing is concerned. So each child has sponsors that help them along those lines.
Right.
So if someone says, oh, I want to sponsor a child, what's the range? Like, what's the lowest amount they could send, or is there a range? How does that work?
Well, the sponsorship, we do it two ways. We let people choose how they want to pay. It's $50 through $150. Because
For the month?
For the month, right. Because we tried to figure it out.
Right.
And it was like $150 to take care of one child per month. That's their food, that's taking care of the mamas, the people who are taking care of them. We have directors that are from Kenya who are from Kenya, and just all of their living expenses. And the education, first of all, they were all little cuties. They were all 2 and 3 years old.
Oh.
And I mean, we're just running out there doing stuff, and we didn't have a plan like, okay, somebody's gonna turn 7 and have to go to school.
Yeah.
So when that happened, then we realized that the public schools are very poor. We wanted them to be in a Christian school. And so we started a sponsorship for people to help them go to school as well. And now, 18 years later, we have people who have aged out because they turned 18, and at that point, they cannot be in an orphanage. We do work with the country and their social service department. So it's always evolving.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now that the houses are done, and we realize that we have to equip these children to be able to take care of themselves. So we came up with the idea of building a learning center. So we just completed it here recently, this 10,000 square foot learning center.
Wow.
Where we have computer class, sewing class, and our hurrah, we just opened up a bakery. We have a bakery there, Carol's Kitchen, Carol's Bakery rather, and so we're baking bread. So, and our bread is in high demand.
Wonderful. Did you bring some?
We don't have any.
Well, in fact, you brought a video.
Yeah.
You sent a video, so let's take a look at that because I'd like for our viewers to see just what you're doing.
Yes.
Global Vessels is a faith-based nonprofit organization dedicated to ensuring the welfare of the children of Havilah Orphanage in Arusha, Tanzania, as well as the surrounding community. Global Vessels organizes community projects as well as mission trips in order to be of service to humanity and spread the love of God to the people of Tanzania. Through these trips, we are able to immerse ourselves in the rich culture of the country and create a bond with the community, which is an experience unlike any other. Currently, Global Vessels has a few programs at Havilah dedicated to setting our children up for success in the real world, as well as moving the orphanage to become more self-sufficient. We're hosting computer classes and sewing classes, as well as our newest project, Carol's Kitchen Bakery. Carol's Kitchen Bakery was founded in order to help our children not only learn how to bake, but also learn what it takes to run a business. Demand is very high for our products, but we are currently having issues with production due to Tanzania's unpredictable electricity. Our organization has come up with a solution, but we need your help. Global Vessels plans to bring solar power to Havilah Orphanage and Carol's Kitchen Bakery in order to increase production to an all-time high and improve living conditions for our children in their houses. This project is estimated to cost about $20,000, and we are looking for donors to help make this a reality. Because of your donation, Havilah will be well on its way to becoming self-sufficient, and our children will be set up for the greatest success.
Well, we finally made it to the finish line, and we thought we'd just give a little small presentation to show you how your support has allowed us to get the solar panels. Thank everyone who contributed to us to get this completed. Today is the final day. The work has been completed. That means that the bakery can reopen and we won't have any problems with sporadic electricity here at Havilah Orphanage. We want to thank you for all that you've done, all the financial support, and we look forward to you coming one day and tasting the bread that we will be baking here at Havilah Orphanage.
We also would like you to see in the back, you see our panels. We have 12 panels.
Yeah.
12 panels, and we can take care of this learning center building, and we're just so excited because no longer will we have to depend on the lights going out as to whether we can make bread. Thank you again. You've never failed us. May God bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That is wonderful.
God is good.
Oh, it is so heartwarming to see the children, to see them learning, to see them doing things that can, impact them for eternity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Help them to have a way to sustain themselves when they grow up and leave. Mm-hmm. Tell us some more about what was in the video.
So here's the thing. You saw the computer class.
Right.
You saw the bake. We need someone to come and teach the class.
Okay.
That's one of our needs.
Okay.
We have the sewing class. We need someone to come and teach the sewing class.
And how long of a commitment are you looking for?
10 months to a year is what we're looking to.
Okay.
10 months to a year to come, and we'll take care of your housing, while you're there. We have a little transportation you can get around in, but mainly there working, seeing that that's all coming to fruition for the children.
Right.
We also need a manager of the learning center, someone that would supervise all the other crafts that are there. So those are some of the basic needs that we are crying out for right now. Mm-hmm. If you know someone who would like to go and spend 10 months to a year in Africa and impact somebody's life, we'd like you to call us.
Great. And we have your contact information.
Yes.
That we're going to be showing as well, because people
Yes.
are going to want to get in touch with you
Yes.
to support this amazing effort. So we'll put that up in a few minutes. But tell us again, you need a general manager to supervise all of the
Learning center.
all the people in the learning center.
Yes.
And you need an instructor. You need 2 instructors.
Computer teacher.
Right.
And someone that can instruct them in sewing.
Okay, right.
and also someone that can oversee the bakery.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are our needs right now, okay, that can help us with
Along
the
with a whole lot others.
Along
But
with a whole lot of others. That, well, for sure we need sponsors. And for
Right.
sure, you know, our trip is coming up in July 9th through the 24th. We fly out of Dulles.
Okay.
We fly into Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Oh.
We're there for a short time, and then we fly into Kilimanjaro Airport, and we are about 45 minutes from the airport.
Okay. And so what happens, let's say I decide to come on this trip with you. What am I going to be doing? Like what would you have me doing?
Well, here's how it goes. Whatever mixture of skills God put within us with the group, that's what we do. Okay? So if we have a
suppose I'm
medical
not,
team,
like-
my sister-in-law who's a pediatrician.
Okay.
So she handles the medical component.
Nice.
Okay. So whatever, if you're a financier, then we put you in your armor where you can work.
Nice.
But everybody works on the work site as well.
Okay.
No matter where you are, you work on the work site.
Right.
Pretty
So
much.
Pretty much, yeah, because we haven't been there maintaining pretty much since COVID. So
Right.
there's a lot of painting and a lot of windows to be repaired and screens to be fixed and, you know. And then if you want to milk cows, we have 5 cows.
I'm laughing because, oh man, I can barely take care of my plants.
we have cows and we have chickens.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the story. Tell them the cow story. This is just to show you how God is in your business.
Yes,
okay?
yes. Let's hear
Give
it.
the cow story.
Okay, we were back in the States and we went to a church. We like to go to churches and present our mission project. So we went to a church in Philadelphia, I believe, close to Philly. We gave a presentation, and as we were there, a lady raised her hand and she said, I know God gave me a vision to buy a cow. Now, we did not have cows, all right?
Right.
So we skipped on, and she said, no, he told me in a dream to buy a cow. This lady had been sick, and this was the first day she was back in her church when we came. And she just stayed to hear what we had to say. So she said, I want to buy you a cow. Well, we said, okay, we'll find out what a cow costs. So
Right.
a cow costs $500. And what we did is we called and we found out the price of the cow. She went to her boss and he said, how you doing? She said, I'm buying a cow. He said, I want to buy one too, after she told him
For the orphanage.
that it was for an orphanage. So he bought a cow. Now, we had no cows before this, and
Right.
then her nephew donated $50. So that started the cow business.
Which is so fabulous because now we have milk, the kids have fresh milk,
Yes.
and not only do we have enough for ourselves, but we also sell to the community.
Nice.
I mean, isn't God awesome? Isn't he awesome? Huh?
He's amazing. So now this gives you a link to the community where
Yes.
they can come
Right.
and find out what you're doing and find out about Jesus Christ, which is the ultimate
Exactly.
goal.
So what makes our bread so popular is that a lot of people thin down the milk, and we don't.
Okay.
Because they're buying the milk. We're getting
Right.
the milk directly from our cows.
Okay, okay.
So we have a better product. So, you know, that helps a whole lot. So we have cows, and now we have about 250 chickens. So we're collecting eggs, and we're selling eggs. And, you know, God is just putting things in place for this thing to stand up by itself.
Yes.
But we need individuals to link arms with us, and they help us to do just that.
Yes, and that's what I want to emphasize right now. If you're hearing this and watching this, you know that this is something that the Lord would have you to get involved with on some level.
Yes.
You don't have to send $1 million. You can send any amount. Any amount would be appreciated. Am
Yes,
I right?
exactly right.
Sponsoring is one thing, but if you just want to donate and contribute, please make a little appeal to the viewers, letting them know what you need and how they can help meet that need.
Okay, well, you asked the right person. I can tell you all the things that we stand in need of.
Okay, good.
Besides the teachers,
Okay.
and besides just general hands-on helping us to get things going, volunteers to come if you want to go on a mission trip, if you want to participate in our end of the year 25th anniversary, we'd like you to be a part of that. So you can come and do that. You can be a part of it. and help us to just help these children get a little bit further down the line.
Yes.
You know, that's what we want.
The amazing thing is that they're not able to thrive like our young people are. There's no McDonald's to work in, no Burger King to work
Right,
in. They have to take a dollar into town.
Public transportation.
She knows that's public transportation. Into town if they could get a job, but they're fighting against a community that doesn't have a lot of work and doesn't have a lot of funds. So, you know, we're trying to help them with their educational needs as far as we can go, as much as people are willing to help them, because they need degrees in order
Yes.
to really make it.
Yeah.
But they, you know, the government is wise. They want them to know how the community lives, because they live in a bubble. They live in a bubble. They need to know how to fetch water. So, you know, we have to let them go home and do that kind of thing. So
That's great. Let me put up your contact information,
Yes.
because time is running out and I want people to be able to contact you. Let's put up their contact information, please. Would you read it? Global Vessels.
Global Vessels, Inc., Post Office Box 702, Fulton, Maryland, 20759. If you want to speak with someone, 202-438-7325. Our website is globalvessels.org, and our email address is globalvessels@aol.com. You can contact us any of those ways.
Can I tell you an urban story real quickly?
Yes,
I
real
got
quick.
enough time?
We got about
Real
30
quickly?
seconds.
30 seconds. So I asked my house mothers, who would be the poorest person in the community? They gave me 3 names. I went to 2, nobody was there. I went to the 3rd one. This guy, he had 6 children. 2 are deceased, 2 are married, 2 living with him. He's living in a little small shanty. So I walk up to him, I said, I'm gonna build your house. I said, which one can I tear down? Can I tear down the chicken coop or the house? He said, tear down the chicken coop. So we built him a house.
Wow.
That's urban. We built him a house in the community. And the closing, he said this. He came to me the next day and he said, you really don't know what you've done for me. He said, just the night before you came and knocked on my door, I asked the Lord, I said, God, where are you? Where are you? And he says, and the next day, Lord have mercy, you knocked on my door
Oh,
and told me you're gonna build me a house.
look at God. Look
Talk
at
about
God.
urban. That's in it.
That's it. Yes,
That's
yes.
in it.
Praise the Lord. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
What
you.
a blessing you are. Please don't forget to support Global Vessels, Inc. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us next time, because you know what? It just wouldn't be the same without you.